Many times people on your planet are very afraid to really be their full selves. And as painful as it may be to stay who you are right now, many times many of you have a greater fear of the unknown. And so even though you are in pain now, it's familiar to you, and you will actually define familiarity, as painful as it is, as the greater choice, as the better choice, as the preferable choice than the pain you imagine might come from actually taking a step towards something you know nothing about. If you have attached a definition to that thing in that way, then it is no surprise that you would keep choosing something you say you don't prefer. You have to find out if you have such a definition, which you probably do. And you have to find out what it is, because only by identifying it, only by bringing it from the subconscious into the conscious through identifying it, can you then deal with it, because you can't change what you are not willing to own. So once you identify it, you will see that it is a belief, as you say, that doesn't really belong to you. To use your timeline analogy, you may have picked it up from someone else. You may have picked it up from your parents, you may have picked it up from your friends, you may have picked it up from your society, but it's a belief that you're holding on to that isn't yours. You've become what we call a belief thief. You have stolen someone else's belief, and you have been taught to believe it's yours, but it's not. If you don't want to be a thief, let it go. Give it back. Don't hold on to it. It has nothing to do with who you prefer to be, does it? What you have to understand thus then is, once you identify the belief that is keeping you in choosing those particular things you do not prefer, you have the ability to recognize that once you identify it, you will recognize it as nonsensical and illogical, that it doesn't belong to you. That's why identifying the belief is so important, because any belief that's actually out of alignment with your true self, once identified, will actually appear nonsensical. You will see it's not yours. What am I doing with this? And you will let it go. You'll drop it. And thus then your imagination and your creativity will supply a new idea, a new belief, a new definition that is representative of who you prefer to be. And if you understand that this is simply physics we're talking about, simply energy we're talking about here, then once you have, in a sense, allowed yourself to receive the conception from the higher mind of a new belief, a new idea, and you allow yourself to let it be all right to implant it in your personality structure, then you will allow yourself to be more in harmony with the higher mind, and you will recognize, at least on that front, there is nothing left to fear until the next time you find another negative belief that you can then deal with in the same way.